It is said that every 5 minutes a Christian is martyred for their faith. Geniuses of Rome said this: "There is but one king I know. It is he that I love and worship. If I were to be killed 1,000 times for my loyalty to him, I will still be his servant. Christ is on my lips. Christ is on my heart. No amount of suffering will take him from me." And this begs the question whether we can be able to say what we believe and why we believe in what we believe. Why do you believe as a Christian? What's your purpose and faith? What do you hold most? Many years ago, I remember watching in the live mainstream media, one international media spoke of, captured a story about this young man who was in the gallows. He was in death row and given a chance to speak about his last words. He only could say one dumbfounding statement. He said, "See you in hell." What is the outcome of the things you've set in your mind that could say, "This is why I believe in what I believe"? Was the conviction of what you're facing as an eternal consequence? The next thing I would like to say is that for sure we come across a biblical narrative, a story rather, that speaks of people who were also held in captive. They're in captivity, they're in a foreign land, and they've been captured because of what they believe. The three famous Hebrew boys, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, are also facing a death row. Why? Because they refuse to give in to this ungodly decree. Ungodly decree, which means that they ought to give up their belief and to worship another god. As these Hebrew men will be able to live forward, they face undoubted death sentence simply because of their religious and spiritual conviction. Have you been set in a place where you have to maybe give in to something that you believe, you strongly believe in? Have you been set to be able to test your faith? Has your faith been placed on the fire to see whether you can actually live beyond what you believe and what you believe? I want to believe as a Christian, living in this life that is full of challenges and consequences, we all face this kind of task, where we are challenged to speak of what we believe and why we believe. Therefore, these people will be taken to a fiery furnace to see if this could be their first experience, to see whether they can be consumed. Beloved of God, I'd like to tell you that these three Hebrew boys will be set on fire, not just because of their flesh, but their faith will be placed in test. The truth is that the decree was made for every person to be able to worship this golden image. A decree that was not going well with them. And what will they do? These people will come and accuse them, being people who've been deployed to be provincial leaders, deciding to speak against, to act against the king's decree, which was set to be able to make them worship him. And therefore, I always feel excited when I come to this story, because in the book of Daniel chapter 3 verse 24, the Bible will say, "Then the king Nebuchadnezzar was astonished, and he rose in haste and spoke, saying to his counselors, 'Did we not cast 3 men bound with the bits of the fire?' They answered and said to the king, 'True, O king.'" In simple terms, when these people were set on fire, there were thrown but 3 of them. But now the king, in his visual display of what he saw, I want to believe what he could see then is that he looked and he answered. He saw 4 men loose walking in the midst of the fire, and they were not hurt, and the form of the 4th like the Son of God. In this experience of faith, the 3 Hebrew boys were able to reveal the character of the God of Israel. Why? They stood by their faith, they stood by their action, and allowed themselves to be set on fire because of their faith. Is it possible that in our journey of faith we've been set on fire, but because of fear we've relentlessly gone astray? Today I just want to encourage someone who perhaps because of their faith they've been set in challenges, they've been set on fire. I want to tell you that as long as you believe in what you believe, set in the fire, the 4th man appears in our life. May today's experience, your faith be on fire, that you can be able to stand firm to be able to have the faith of our fathers. May God bless you.